Good morning and welcome to our community meditation. I'm Kelly Capsar and I'm the practitioner for the day. So if you would just kindly check your phones and make sure that, you get interrupted by divine not ringing, that would be great. This meditation is a blend of spoken word, silence, accompanied by some beautiful music. And we'll be here about 15, 16 minutes. We've been playing with all sorts of tech stuff this morning, so I appreciate your patience in getting started. So, first thing we're going to do is simply take a breath in, all the way in, and all the way out. And noticing your breath moving through your entire torso, into your low back, into your shoulders. And noticing your breath moving into your arms and your legs. And noticing your breath moving into your head and your hands and your feet. With your attention on your feet, notice the earth right beneath you. And whatever you notice about the earth, invite your awareness, your feet, to come in greater and greater contact with the part of the earth that is most nurturing and supportive of you right now. And having found that nurturing and supportive part of the earth, allow it to come up through your feet, through your legs, into your low back, into your upper chest, into your throat and your head, letting your entire body be filled with the nurture and support of the earth itself. And today our theme is trusting what is. And so from this space of connection with the earth, with yourself, I simply invite you to think of all of the ways that the earth has supported and nurtured you throughout your lifetime. It's never once let you out of its gravitational field. You've had to work pretty hard to get out of its gravitational field. Maybe you remember the plants that have been supported by the earth. Maybe you remember that your heartbeat beats with the planet's beat. Feeling the fullness of breath, simply ask yourself, what does trust feel like or sound like? What's my experience of trust in my body? you hear the phrase, trusting what is, notice. Does it feel like you can trust divine completely? Does it feel like you can trust your body completely? Does it feel like you can trust the earth completely? And if not, maybe returning your attention to your breath, to your heartbeat. Can improve those levels of trust. As we are here together in this space, the overwhelming experience that I was having participating with this and guiding it was that trust is a river, and it is constantly flowing. And sometimes it comes across boulders, and sometimes it gets a little shallow, and sometimes it's just flowing beautifully. And so we have about 2 minutes left. I invite you to start gently coming back to wherever you have been, from wherever you have been. Coming back to this space, your body, with your feet firmly on the ground, feeling the nurture and support of the earth itself. And this concludes our morning's meditation. Thank you all so much for joining me. Services begin in 10 minutes at top of the hour, 10 o'clock. Please feel free to do what you need to do before returning for services.
Still confusion abounds as we seek the right way. And I wonder sometimes what this world's coming to, and try to imagine what would Jesus do, saying all is well and it's as it should be. It's easy when things are all pretty and clean, but when I think things aren't happening how they're supposed to, I try to imagine what would Jesus do. What would he say about the homeless and hungry? What would he do about the beggar and thief? What would he say to the drunk and drug addict, or the young girl selling herself on the street? Do you think he'd see heavenly perfection underneath their earthly shell? Through the veil of confusion to what is true, I believe that's what Jesus would do. Through the veil of confusion to what is true, I believe that's what Jesus would do. I believe that's what Jesus would do.
If this life is one act, why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just wanna be free. I will not waste my days making up all kinds of
Singing like a scripture verse. It made me wanna bow my head. I remember when church let out how things have changed since then. 'Cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything, every little thing, everything is holy now. Yeah, everything is holy now. Hey, yeah. Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now. 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 Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now.
Nobody can tell ya there's only one song worth singing. They may try and sell ya, 'cause it hangs them up to see someone like you. But you've gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. You're gonna be knowing the loneliest kind of lonely. It may be rough going just to do your things, the hardest thing to do. But you've gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. So if you cannot take my hand, and if you must be going, well, I will understand. 'Cause you've gotta make your own kind of music, sing your own special song, make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. Yes, we gotta make our own kind of music, sing our own special song, make our own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along. Something's calling me.
It was like something was calling me and pulling me into a different direction. And then I found Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas. My relationship with the center has shown me a deeper realization of God and how this indwelling presence guides, sustains, and directs me in every capacity and every experience in my life. As I continue to study the teachings of these great mystics and sages, I will find more love, peace, and a general sense of universal good and harmony in my life.
Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before.
Is something calling you?
Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
This is Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.
Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I know that I know most of you and most of you know me, but for those of you who don't, my name is Reverend Colleen Tanaka, and I've been a member of this church since 1990. And I served as the interim senior minister during COVID before we brought Reverend Laura on board. So I've been in service at this center for over 30 years, and it's been my joy. So I welcome those of you who are joining us online, and I want to invite Justin to share with us his opening song. It's called Home Where the Love Is, and this is a new song that Justin wrote.
Thanks, Reverend Colleen. Good morning, everybody. If you'd like to stand, please. I am home where the love is. I am one with Spirit, thankful for my blessings every moment, every day. I am home where the love is, surrounded in God's presence, resting in my love and truth. I let Spirit lead the way. It's lovely to meet you and to get to know your face. We are surrounded in love, flowing through this sacred space. We listen now as Spirit gently leads the way, as we open to the mystery. With love we will say, I am home where the love is. I am one with Spirit, thankful for my blessings every moment, every day. I am home where the love is, surrounded in God's presence, resting in my love and truth. Spirit guides our way. We're united in truth, and love guides our way. We open to our calling, buried deep within. We listen for the silent voice, and together we sing. I am home where love is. I am one with Spirit. Thankful for my blessings every moment, every day. I am home where love is, surrounded in God's presence, resting in my love and truth. I let Spirit lead the way. Resting in my love and truth, I let Spirit lead the way. All right, good morning, everybody. Please greet your neighbor at this time if you're comfortable.
Okay, now that we've expanded our energy and expended some energy, I invite you to go within. Now is the time in our service where we're switching energy and we're moving into that time of contemplation. So I'd like to call forward our practitioner for today, Kelly Kapsar, to do our affirmation and invocation.
Good morning. So there's our affirmation. If you'd like to repeat after me, take a picture, post it wherever, use it regularly through the week. It's a beautiful thing. So, I am a beautiful soul filled with love and kindness. Let's do that one more time. I am a beautiful soul filled with love and kindness. You got it.
Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. I know God's light, it shines within me. I know God's light, it shines within me. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, be thou my grace. I know God's light shines within me. I know God's light shines within me.
And so continuing in this God-filled grace moment, I take the breath in, all the way in and all the way out. Simply knowing that as near as my breath, God is. As near as my heartbeat, God is. And that grace, that divinity that permeates everything that we can think of, that we can see or hear or experience. Everything is that grace of God in action. And so knowing the truth of myself, that grace, that divinity, that oneness is my absolute truth of who and what I am in every cell, every fiber of my very being. I know this is the truth of everyone who hears these words in this exact present moment or the present moment at any other time. And so I know that from this space of grace, from this space of divinity, from this space of oneness, from this space of trusting and embodying what already is, God goes before and makes the path smooth. And that grace leads the way, that divinity, that oneness leads the way, that breath leads the way. And so for this very moment, all that is becoming, I am truly so grateful. And I breathe in that gratitude into my body, every cell, and every fiber. And trusting what is, trusting the path that is being walked, the guidance that is being shown. I simply release it into that knowingness that already has taken everything. And breathing in together, we simply release it into the law that already has made it the grace-filled us, the grace-filled time and moment and people we are. And so together we simply say, and so it is.
Fill me, God, be thou my grace. Fill me, God, God's light shines within me. I know God's light shines within me. I know God's light shines within me. I know God's light shines within me. Come together in this moment, we bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. One creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together now in one accord.
Thank you so much, David. It's always a blessing to have your voice fill my soul. So thank you so much. Okay, so not only do I get to be with you, I'm also getting a free suntan, which works. We'll see how it goes with the heavy sweater on. I'm also a wanderer, so I told Joe if I wander too much, he can flash the lights on and off, and I'll know to kind of get back to my spot. So we're going to make this all work today. So, real spiritual practice entails devoting every moment of your life to your liberation. Real spiritual practice entails devoting every moment of your life to your liberation. If you are devoting your time to anything less than that, you are wasting your life. If you're devoting your time to anything less than your liberation, you are wasting your life. So those words come from Michael A. Singer in his book, Living Untethered. And Michael Singer wrote the book. It's a very well-known bestseller called The Untethered Life. Then he wrote The Surrender Experiment, and then he most recently wrote Living Untethered. He has many, 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 many podcasts wherever you get your podcasts, and even on YouTube, there are so many talks of his. So I've been steeping myself in his work for the last 2 or 3 months. I mean steeping. I've been doing a book study with Justin's wife. We've been doing Living Untethered together. And so when Reverend Laura approached me and she said, you want to speak in April, and the theme is trusting what is, I thought, okay, this is up my alley. I can get up there and be authentic talking about something that I've been steeping myself in for a long time. So that's the theme for April, trusting what is. And my topic today is trusting what is, a path to liberation. So first of all, we need to know what trusting what is means. So trusting what is really means acceptance. It means non-resistance to reality. Non-resistance to reality. So how is trusting what is, non-resistance to reality, acceptance, a path to liberation? Well, there are 3 things I think we need to understand in order for us to understand that. The first thing is, who am I? The second thing is objects of consciousness. And the third thing is the human experience. So, one at a time. The first thing and the most important thing is, who am I? So if I ask you, or I say to you, hi, are you in there? Are you in there? What response are you having inside? Yes. Nobody's saying, no, I'm not in here. I'm over at Starbucks. I'm in here. Okay, so to isolate what you in there means, are you in there? I'm going to give you a few examples. Some of you have heard me give these before, but they're classics. It's classic Michael Singer stuff, and it's super helpful to understand. If I ask you, which one of these are you? The piano, the chair, or the podium? Which one of those things are you? None. You're not any of those things. You are the one who sees those things. That's who you are. If I asked you to remember looking at your reflection in the mirror when you were 4 years old, and looking at your reflection in the mirror when you were 10 and 20 and 30 and 60 and 80, the reflection is changing, isn't it? It's always changing. But the me that's seeing that reflection, the I that I am, doesn't change. Who sees doesn't change. So who am I? I am the one who sees. That's who I am. This is the nature of our true self. This is what is often called the seat of the self, the seat of awareness, the seat of consciousness. When I am in here, and I know that I am the one who sees, and everything out here is what I'm seeing. So what I'm realizing is that my relationship to what I see is always subject-object. The one who sees is always the subject, and what I see is always the object. And while the objects out here can change and will change moment to moment to moment, the one who sees doesn't change. Okay? Okay, let's take a breath. Okay. The second thing is those objects of consciousness. So we've determined I'm in here. You're in there. I am conscious. But what I'm conscious of, it's not always really cool in here. Like, really, it is not always pleasant in here. It is not nice. And so what experience am I having inside? There's really three things that I'm experiencing inside. These are the objects of consciousness. The first thing is I'm experiencing the outside world coming in through my senses. Yes? That's what we're experiencing. I'm experiencing my thoughts. Now, if I asked you, who is that talking inside of you? You might say, oh, it's me. But really, it's not you. Your thoughts, that voice talking in your head is not you. It's something you notice in there. And the third thing that's happening inside is we're experiencing feelings and emotions, right? Feelings and emotions. Some of them are pleasant, some of them are unpleasant. So, I am the one who sees. That's who I am. That's the seat of the self, the seat of consciousness. That's what's meant when we say the kingdom is within. The kingdom is within. The outside world, my thoughts and my emotions, are the objects of consciousness. Okay? So those are the first two things. Third thing is, what is happening in the human scene? What is the human experience about? So imagine that I am in here. I am the one who sees. I am the subject. And I'm experiencing the outside world, the thoughts inside me, the feelings inside me. Those are the objects of consciousness. Ideally, I am trusting what is. I'm accepting life. I'm in this mode of acceptance. I'm resisting nothing. I am simply the one who sees. I'm observing things. I'm witnessing things. I'm enjoying things. I notice some things are sad, but it's okay. I'm learning as I go. And energetically, everything is passing through me. It's passing through me, and all is well. Is this what we're doing? No! It's not what we're doing. Here's what happens. This is the human experience. I'm born into this life, I have experiences. Some of the experiences I don't like. They are unpleasant. I resist them. I push them away. I decide and label things and judge things as good and bad. Okay? So, if they're good, I feel okay inside about them, and I can let them pass through. If they're bad, I judge them as bad, I resist them. And what I resist does not pass through and gets stuck inside me. And in the yogic tradition, those things that are stuck inside me, those blockages, are called samskaras. Okay, so the samskaras are just the blockages. Okay, so because I have these blockages, so when I hit up against them, it's uncomfortable, I develop preferences. Things I like and things I don't like. So I prefer it this way, I prefer it that way, right? This is the development of the personal self. I am the one who sees, but I developed a personal self because I had experiences I didn't like. I pushed them down, it created a blockage, and as a result of that, I had to create a whole bunch of stuff I like and I don't like in order to keep me safe. And so then our life becomes about 4 things. Now, I'm going to share these with you and invite you to just think. If you really sit and think about this and observe your own mind, you will see this is what you're thinking most of the time. Our mind is working overtime on these things. So this is what our life becomes about when we have a bunch of preferences and blockages. What will make me okay? Because when I have these blockages, I don't feel okay inside. Does anybody ever have times you don't feel okay inside? You just don't feel okay inside. So then my life becomes about what will make me okay and how do I get it? And what won't make me okay and how do I avoid it? And then I say, mind, and my mind is brilliant, as is yours, get busy figuring that out for me. It's like a computer. So my mind is busy, isn't it? Running all the numbers, running all the scenarios. I need to do this, I need to do that. Don't do this, don't do that. You need to do this, you need to do that. Okay, if this happens, these are 3. That's what's going on in right. That's the human scene. And it's happening because I'm not okay inside, and I've asked my brain, my mind, to figure out every scenario to try to keep me safe. Anyone relate to this? Okay. I'm going to give you this example because it's a really good thing that Michael Singer shares in his book, The Untethered Soul. And this is what that experience is like. I have an experience in life and I resist it. It could be my parents get a divorce, my friend dies, somebody calls me fat when I'm 6. Do you know what I mean? I ride a bike and fall off. I have all these experiences. I push them away. I resist them, and so those create blockages inside. So imagine each one of those blockages is a thorn. So right here, let's say I fell off my bike and I don't like to ride a bike now, and so I have this thorn in my arm here. My life now becomes about making sure that thorn doesn't get hit. I'm not going to ride bikes. If you invite me over here, I can't go over to so-and-so's house. They always ride bikes, so I need to stay home. Do you understand? We start building our life around our preferences. We start building it around there. I got to do everything I can to make sure this doesn't get hit. And then, not only am I not trying to get it hit, I might start inventing things to protect that thorn so it doesn't get hit. So my life really becomes about this thorn, right? I'm avoiding it, or I'm trying to find ways, like if I make a contraption that I can strap on my arm and it's metal and it goes like this, I could bang into this and it won't hit the thorn. Okay, that's good, I'm inventing that. Hey, I'm going to get famous inventing that, and I'm going to sell it to everybody because everybody else needs it for their thorns too. Can you see how this becomes the human experience? So, let me see where I am. The thorns. So, imagine all the thorns that we have inside. So are you getting the feeling? And I know you're getting the feeling because you're inside you and you feel what it's like in there. We're trying to maneuver our way through life, not getting these thorns hit. That's what we're doing. And we don't have one thorn. We have a lot of them. And they're running our life. So we need to get these stored patterns out. We need to remove the thorns. So as the Buddhists say, get to the root. The root is not what's happening out here. The root is what's happening in here. The thorn that I have. So, releasing the thorns, getting rid of that, is the secret of real spiritual growth. That's the secret of real spiritual growth. And I figure we have 2 choices. I have 2 choices. I devote my life to getting the outside world to match my samskaras, to work with my thorns, or I devote my life to letting go of those samskaras, those thorns. Which do you think would be more productive? Which kind of reminds you of a hamster on a hamster wheel that's going nowhere, right? So anytime I notice a disturbance inside, I can ask, am I in here noticing this? I'm moving through my life. I experience some disturbance inside. I'm feeling resistance to something. That's how I know I'm resisting something. And I ask, am I in here noticing this? Not, what do I need to do about this to be okay? Do you see the difference? Am I in here noticing this? Who is noticing? Takes me inside. That's where I really have some power to do something. It takes me inside. If I ask, what do I need to do about this to make me okay? That takes me outside. The problem's not outside. The problem's not outside. The problem's inside. So, who is noticing? Asking myself, who is noticing this? Who's noticing that I'm feeling out of sorts? Who's noticing that I'm feeling grumpy? Who's noticing that I'm afraid? Who's noticing that I'm anxious? Who's noticing that I'm being unkind? Who's noticing? That's the answer to everything. Because when I ask that question, who's noticing, I remember I am the one who sees. I am not the piano. I am not the chair. I'm not the podium. I am not this inner disturbance. And I am not the thoughts and emotions that are stirred up inside because of this disturbance. I am not those. That's the path to freedom right there. If I don't get pulled into all those thoughts and emotions, I can just relax and notice, right? We call this witness consciousness, right? Resting in the seat of the self. That's a self with a capital S, of course. So I relax through my initial resistance. Something's happened, I feel resistance. I relax through that initial resistance, and then I release any disturbed energy that comes up. I relax and release. This is the spiritual practice. I relax and I release. Now it gives R&R new meaning. Relax and release. So, if I'm not getting sucked into the game, listen, this is the human experience, peeps. If I'm not getting sucked into the game of what needs to happen to make me feel okay, can you feel how our lives would be so different? Okay, so first I relax and I lean away. And then I'm creating distance between that subject and object, right? I'm creating distance, spaciousness, as soon as I remember, hey, wait a minute, who's in here noticing this? And what am I noticing? I've remembered the subject-object relationship, which creates space for that blockage to release. And truly, it's as simple as that. If you just started practicing that every moment of every day. Because here's the thing. Trusting what is means I accept what is, but trusting what is also means there is this intelligence within me. Spirit is within me, and Spirit knows what I've got going on inside and is always working to provide me opportunities to release it. Right? I don't have to think, what do I need to do? I need to work on this. I need to do this. I just need to go and live my life. And as soon as I feel an inner disturbance, I think, oh, there's something. Who's noticing? Okay, I'm leaning back. I'm noticing the thoughts and feelings that are coming up. And those thoughts and feelings that come up sometimes might be uncomfortable. And that's natural because we stored these samskaras with pain and they're going to release with pain. But if I let them release, it's the pain that will end all pain. If I push it back down, guess what? It's still in there, running my life. So, there are the three things I told you that are happening inside, right? The outside world, I'm experiencing that inside, I'm experiencing thoughts, and I'm experiencing emotions. There's a fourth thing going on inside, and that is energy, right? We all feel energy inside. And that energy, we can call it Shakti, right? The life force, the chi, that energy is inside. And it's either open or closed. It's like if I have a door deep within me, right? And when things are going well, that door is open and the energy is flowing. But when I'm resisting something, or one of my thorns gets hit, that door closes and I shut down. Energy shifts, right? We know what it feels like to have that closed energy. It feels depressed, we feel anxious, we feel fearful, we feel worried, we feel like we need to control things, our mind is working overtime. We can literally even feel suicidal. It's a dark place when we close that energy. So when we open the energy, we all know what that feels like too. We've all had those moments when we're in the flow, we're in the moment. I'm accepting what is. I'm just letting it pass through. It's all good. It feels energizing. It feels uplifting. I'm inspired. I feel love. I feel joy. I feel excitement. I know what a creative being I am, and all this creativity is flowing through, right? Because my brain's not working out all the time, all the time, all the time. Okay, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? Okay, you need to do this, you need to do this. If I'm just in the moment and I'm accepting what is, my brain is free to be its brilliant self and reveal to me whatever I need to know in the moment. Ooh, sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds so good. Okay, so we've got this energy inside. And the bottom line is, here's my second mind map. We're either open or closed. Every minute of every day, we're either open or closed. And when I'm closed, I don't feel good inside. It's real simple. If I'm closed, I don't feel good inside. And if I'm open, I feel good inside. And our whole deal as human beings is to make myself feel okay inside. So sometimes I think that's getting the job, that's getting the boyfriend, that's moving over here, that's getting out of debt, that's all these things. This is what we do, right? We're focusing my life on all these things so that I'm okay inside. You can do that all your life. You'll never get there. Right? If you're devoting your life to anything less than your liberation, you're wasting your life. You are a hamster on a hamster wheel. Does this make sense? We're all caught up in it. We're all caught up in it. So the bottom line is I'm either open or closed, and I can feel that. Check in with yourself right now. You can feel if you're open or closed. Hopefully you're super open. But so then I have an intention. I have an intention to stay open and don't close. It's kind of as simple as that. So every day as I'm moving through my life, when I feel myself close, just decide, you know what? I'm not closing. I'm going to stay open. I'm going to liberate myself. I'm going to keep relaxing and releasing. I'm going to keep relaxing and releasing. And I'm going to let the experience come. The experience of life is going to come. And I'm going to accept things and feel the joy and the flow of everything in complete openness, or I'm going to feel resistance. And when I do, I feel myself struggling, I let it go. Let what go? The part of me that's struggling. And here's the thing, and I know this. I don't even need to know all the details about what it is. I just notice a disturbance in the inner field. I relax, I release, I lean back, and I can watch them. Oh, look at that. I got all these feelings about how I'm not enough. Oh, look at that. I feel like she hates me because she didn't talk to me. Oh, look at that. I'm just leaning back watching them, just like I can lean back and look at that chair. So that's the opportunity, is to lean back, let those feelings come up. They come up. I'm observing them. They're not who I am. I'm okay. I let them come up and they pass through. And here's what happens. I don't have to release every single blockage that I have, every single thorn. What happens is I can start, like when you leave here today, start with the low-lying fruit, the low-hanging fruit. Someone's driving too slow in front of me. It's pissing me off. I'm bugged, right? I feel resistance. Well, right then, I just need to relax. Just relax and notice, oh, look at that. I'm feeling really bugged by this. And this is where we can employ other spiritual techniques like affirmation, positive thinking, mantras, witness consciousness. All our spiritual techniques can be applied to relaxing and releasing and staying open and not closing. Everything you know, you can apply to this. So when I'm in that moment, I'm bugged by the person driving slowly in front of me, I can go back to my lovely mantra, be still and know that I am God. Be still. And when I'm doing that, what am I doing? I'm relaxing. I'm staying open, I'm noticing this discomfort, and I'm letting it pass through. Well, after a while, when I'm working at that level, that whole level is released. I don't need to do that for 52 years. I just do it for a while, and that level is released, and then I go to a deeper level, and then I go to a deeper level. So that's what happened, and the spirit within each of us is guiding us. I just need to pay attention to my life. And that's what trusting what is also means. I trust what is. I trust my life. I trust that when I have an inner disturbance, it's spirit saying, hey, you have an opportunity here. Do you want to release this samskara, or do you want to manipulate the world to make you feel okay about it? That's the choice we have every moment of every day. So, when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking at the time, and it's like, we got kind of started late and whatever, so I'm just flowing with it, peeps. I'm almost done. When I wake up in the morning, I have a remote control blind on my window. And so I lay in bed, I push the thing, and the blind comes up. And as soon as that blind comes up, I'm thinking, I am lifting the veil today. I am not going to be in this human experience struggling around trying to make the world work for me so that I feel okay. How ridiculous is that? I'm lifting the veil. This is the day the Lord has made, right? So then I say to myself, I can handle whatever happens today, right? There's a little affirmation. I can handle whatever happens today. And so then I tell my mind, you don't have to work overtime to protect me and to figure everything out. I'm just going to be in the moment. I know I can handle what comes up. And when it comes up, your brilliance is going to be right there to help me. So it's okay for you to be quiet. It's okay for your mind to be quiet because I'm saying you're off the hook. I'm the one who asked it to do it. That's why it's doing it. Protect me, please. Figure out 253 scenarios so that I can be okay. Well, if I say, you know what, you don't have to do that anymore, our mind becomes quieter. We spend more time in the seat of the soul, the seat of the self. So then I just decide I'm going to stay open today. Whenever I notice as I'm moving through my day, if I'm closed, I'm going to relax, I'm going to release, and I'm going to open. It's really as simple as that. So eventually what happens, if we practice this, right, that the spiritual practice entails devoting every single moment of my life to my liberation, that I am using my life to free myself. Any intention less than that is, again, a waste of time. Because I can get all these things that I want to change in the outside world. How long does that last? 5 minutes? Then I need something else. So my intention is liberation, and eventually I rise above these lower energies, right? And I'm releasing, and I'm releasing, and I'm rising above, and I'm floating above, and it literally feels like that because that Shakti energy, it's rising up. When we're closed, it's pushing us down. And that rising up energy is our natural state. That's our natural state. That's how we're supposed to be all the time. So after a little while, I notice I'm not in the water anymore, getting my thorns banged around, hitting every rock, trying to maneuver the rapids. I'm standing on the bridge above the river, looking, right? Now I am centered in the seat of the self, the kingdom of God within, watching the objects of consciousness, trusting what is, in the world and not of it, liberated. And so it is. Okay. I would like to invite the practitioners to stand up and form a circle around the sanctuary as we enter into prayer. Thank you for hanging in there with me. And I encourage you, get in your car and find Michael Singer podcast on your phone and play it on the way home and start listening to it because I've given you a big umbrella of information. There's so much in here. Like I said, I've been working with it for months every day. And it's so rich. So I invite you to delve into it. So this was just a teaser. Now you can get busy. Going by the untethered soul or living untethered. Okay, let's close our eyes. In this moment, I give thanks. I give thanks for remembering that I am the one who sees. I am that I am. The kingdom of God is within. And I can release and let go. Because truly 100% of spiritual growth is about letting go, relaxing and releasing. And so in this moment, I give thanks for my intention and for my will to free myself. And I remember that my intention is the direction the soul is looking. My intention is the direction the soul is looking, and the will is the power that guides it that way. So I set a clear intention today, and I engage my will to free myself. I am a free being. I am the one who sees. I am that Shakti flowing up, rising, expanding, inspiring me, uplifting me, and everyone else around me. That is my true nature, and I say yes to that. I say yes to that. And I know that as I do, that which no longer serves me is released. It's released, and I am free. Back in the Father's house, in the world and not of it, experiencing life as it is meant to be, trusting what is, and liberating myself. And so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the
Okay, thank you, Justin. Okay, now is the time for us to accept your donations. As many of you know, Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas is a 501c3. That's a nonprofit religious organization, and most of the funds that come to us to support the work that we do here comes through donations. So if you are appreciating the work that is being done here, if you are having your soul fed here, I invite you to give generously. So, I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Put your hand over your heart. Hold your offering in your hand. And give thanks, knowing truly that this is the abundance of your life. And I give it freely, knowing that as I do, it expands, it multiplies, and it always comes back to bless me. And so it is.
These shoes have worn thin, and the dust that covers them gives a clue to where I've been. But now I return to a hope that nurtures me, with love as a remedy from all the miles of doubt and the shame that seemed unending. Now I'm awakening, I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation. Oh, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious, mightily. I stand and sing, I have returned. Day after day, there are many paths to choose. On some we win and some we lose. Still all lead to one, where the hearts that tarry there believe in love beyond compare. And finally I trust your embrace and give thanks for the journey. Yes, I'm awakening. I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. Yes, I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious, mightily. I stand and sing, I have returned. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. Yes, I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious, mightily. I stand and sing, I have returned. I have returned. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Fearless, free, and fully conscious. That's our true state. Okay, so I'm going to invite Kelly to come. I was waiting for them to bring the thing for us so I could bless it. So I bless everything that you've given. And know that it returns to you multiplied and running over and blesses your life. And so it is. And
So
here's
it is,
Kelly.
Yes. Oh, what an amazing morning. Thank you, Reverend Colleen. We have some great things coming up this week for you. First of all, Dancing with the Divine, Saturday night, April 13th at 6 o'clock right here with Reverend Hannah. You can join us for 40 minutes of dance and music, followed by a 10-minute guided meditation. It is something that is a wonderful experience for people of all faiths and spiritual traditions to come together for a joyful celebration of movement and meditation. In advance, tickets are $10, at the door $15. We can help you if you'd like to purchase yours today by stopping in the back of the sanctuary. Otherwise, they're online as well. This Thursday at 11 o'clock is Forever Young, one of our most robust spiritual or sacred circles. We'll see you here for that. You can register on the website or just show up. That's up to you. Again, that's Thursday at 11 o'clock. I'm going to zip through these because we have a couple of announcements after mine as well. Walking the Path, a new sacred circle that begins later this month with practitioners Sheila Callum and Madge Castle, is a spiritual guide to take you through the daily guides in the Science of Mind magazine. So get inspired, share, think, act, and live consistently in alignment with your divine nature and in deeper ways by coming together and having a wonderful conversation. Friday, April 12th at 6:30 is Fun and Games at CSLGLV. Again, you don't have to register online. You can just come join in the fun at 6:30 p.m. that evening. And finally, this Wednesday night, we are talking all about creating rituals with Reverend Laura. And if you know Reverend Laura, you know how she loves her rituals, and she is excited to share them with us and give us an introduction to the powerful spiritual practices contained in those. Again, that is this Wednesday night at 7 o'clock right here in the sanctuary. And with that, I'd like to invite up Scott Edwards with a quick update on Gourmets for God.
Hello, everybody. Just a reminder, it's beginning April 21st, we have a sign-up table if you would like to do a Gourmets for God event. Since not everybody's been to one, I thought I would invite a couple, through the next 3 weeks, a couple of people who have given a Gourmets for God to let you know what it's like, what their ideas were, and what the level of commitment is. Today, it's Judy Petit.
Good morning. Well, truthfully, I like to have fun, I like to eat, and I like to talk. Gourmets for God was the perfect place for me to do all of that. I have participated since the beginning of Gourmets for God, which was, 10 years ago or something like that. And every year I found it more delightful and more enjoyable. Yes, it's a little bit of work if I cook my own meal, and it's a little bit expensive if I go out, take people out to eat, but it's well worth it because we do have a lot of fun. We do get to know each other at a deeper level, have great conversations, and we get to eat. Now, what I have done, when we had the cabin, we did a hike and a hamburger. Real simple meal, and we'd take a hike and come back and have a hamburger and sit out on the backyard and underneath the ponderosa pines, had a great time. And then in town, I did games and goodies, which was we played games and had good food. But there's also been elegant times where, like the Oscar night. Now, I didn't host that, but I attended it, and I got to wear my finery. So use your imagination. What do you like to do? What do you like to play at? And what good food do you like to eat? Because that will make your perfect Gourmets for God. Thank you.
That's it, yeah, I think so.
Joe, you should have flashed the lights.
Don't forget stacking the chairs. Stacking the chairs.
Oh,
Help us
yes.
stack the chairs,
After
please.
the service, would you please help stack the chairs?
Stacks of 6.
Pardon me?
Just, they stack in 6s.
They stack
Push
some
against
6
the wall.
to the side?
That's right.
So if you would help do that.
Practitioners.
And practitioners are available in the prayer room over here. Follow a practitioner. So I want to thank you very much for being here today. I want to thank Reverend Laura for the invitation to come and speak with you. It's been a blessing to me, and I hope that I've inspired you to live a life of purpose and use your life to free yourself. Life is your friend. Life is our guru. And if we pay attention, we can free ourselves. It really and truly is that simple. And that's what we're meant to do, to free ourselves, to live in that kingdom of God, to be in the world and not of it. So I invite you just to say out loud with me, my intention is to set myself free.
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 I am staying open.
I am staying open.
And I'm relaxing and releasing.
And I'm relaxing and releasing.
And you don't have to say this, well, you can if you want, but then you're filled with Shakti. It's like that life-giving energy. That's our true state. So I know that each one of you experiences that in a greater and greater way as you practice this, because that is what will naturally happen. This is a form of purification, and that is what will happen. And we transmute energy, and we free ourselves. So that is the purpose of life, kids. So go out and do it. Have a great week. Thank you.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do.
All right, last time. Sing it up now.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Have a lovely week, everybody.